Welcome to the 2021 Spring Commencement Ceremony of the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. May I ask you to silence your cell phones at this time? If medical assistance is required, emergency personnel are located on the southwest side of the arena. We now ask you to stand as you are able for the singing of the National Anthem by Schola Cantorum.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red above thirsty air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and please be seated. Graduates, parents, relatives of graduates, and friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2021 Commencement Ceremony for the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. I'm D.Q. Fields, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as Dean of the college. At this time, I would like you to join me in recognizing our special guests. Guests, please stand when you're introduced. First, we have Mr. Mark Waldrop, Board of Trustee Emeritus. Mark has served as a member of the University Board of Trustees since 2010, including as chair and vice chair, and served on many committees, including as chair of the Agricultural, Athletic, and Distance Education and Technology Committees. He served on the UA Foundation Executive Committee, Agricultural Development Council, and Arkansas Agricultural Board, and the State Plant Board. He was owner and president of East Arkansas Seeds, and more recently, founder and chairman of the board of Armor Bank and chairman of Big Creek Bank Shares. Most importantly, he earned his degree in agricultural economics and agribusiness from the Bumpers College and was the department's distinguished alumnus in 2015. It is my pleasure, on behalf of the University of Arkansas system, to present this trustee emeritus plaque to Mr. Waldrop. Thank you very much. Next, we have Dr. Mark Cochran, Vice President for the Division of Agriculture. And Dr. Lorna Robertson, Associate Dean of the Bumpers College. At this time, I would like to invite our student speaker, Ms. Ashley Berghoff, to come to the stage. Ashley is a human development and family sciences major from St. Louis. She has served as a Bumpers College peer mentor, is an honor student, and was the section leader of bass drums in the Razorback Marching Band. She will be working on her master's degree this fall and plans to become a professor and member of the Cooperative Extension Service to serve her community. Ashley?
Can you hear me? Am I unmuted? Welcome, friends and family, professors and mentors, and everyone joining us virtually. Now, I'm not going to try and reinvent the commencement speech. I think that if anything, a normal graduation is what we all want right now. I'd like to start off with a poem I wrote about the 5 things this year has taught me. The 5 things this year has taught me. Number 1, getting a white cat means that you will never be able to wear black again. 2, it is okay to drop the ball sometimes. Just remember which balls are glass and which ones are rubber. 3, as Mr. Rogers once said, you don't have to do anything sensational for people to love you. 4, do not let perfect be the enemy of good. 5, it is okay to just survive. Sometimes that's all we have in us. A pervasive theme in the past year has been loss. Loss of what we perceive as normal. Normal classes, normal gatherings, normal football games, normal jobs, and normal internships. Loss of people that we love and experiences that we never thought could be taken away. If you're anything like me, you might be a little tired of living through history. I remember having to ask my great-grandmother what the Great Depression was like. Our grandchildren are going to ask us about this moment right now. And it comes down to what we're going to tell them about what it was like to sit in our homes and wonder what the future would be like. Bumpers is particularly special in this aspect. Human environmental sciences don't just stop when it seems like the world does. People in bumpers are going to be the people that will change the world. And by change the world, I don't mean solve world hunger, although I do believe that our food, nutrition, and health majors could do that. It doesn't mean becoming a Pulitzer winner or becoming president. I believe that changing the world means changing one person's life. Your little sibling, a mentee or mentor, or just someone in your community. And we couldn't do it without the mentors and professors that got us here. I'll acknowledge that it was cheesy, but with the faculty of bumpers, there's no way that at least one professor didn't make you laugh. One philosophy that I've always abided by is to tell the people you love that you love them, and to tell you the people that have changed your life that they've done so. I encourage you to do this before you move on to whatever next great thing you have planned. While vulnerability can be scary, it will only bring you closer to the people who have given you the opportunities that have pushed you forward. As we stand here today, or sit rather, at a graduation that we didn't know would happen, you've likely thought of the multitude of people who have got you to where you are today. But don't forget yourself in the process. You have put in the long nights, the seemingly endless papers, the group projects, and likely some form of blood, sweat, and tears. You have earned this. Don't lose yourself in what comes next. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Rogers once said that you don't ever have to do anything sensational for people to love you. By being here today, you are already persevering through the challenges of our generation. You are already sensational. A family friend once told me that graduating college would be the worst day of your life because the real world begins. But I don't think that's true. I think there's a new freedom found in our accomplishment, the ability to go out there and follow our passions. You are already sensational. Class of 2021, go out there and show the world what it means to be a Razorback.
At this time, I would like everyone to stand for our alma mater. Thank you. So Ashley, I just want to say thank you you may be seated. I want to say thank you for your encouraging words, and I want to present you this plaque on behalf of the college for your hard work and dedication.
Thank you.
Graduates, the Bumpers College family is here to honor you today. This is a great achievement and a time to celebrate. This is also a big day for parents, family members, and everyone else who has supported you during this journey. So I want all graduates to join me in giving a round of applause to say thank you to everyone who has helped you reach this tremendous milestone. The past year was definitely challenging and filled with a number of twists and turns and ups and downs. Despite those unforeseen circumstances, you've adapted, rose to the challenge, shown flexibility, discipline, and resilience. You overcame the adversity of a pandemic. I encourage you to look at this experience as professional development and personal growth. I have no doubt that you've learned something about yourself during the pandemic that you otherwise wouldn't have learned. One thing the pandemic has illuminated is the importance of relationships. When we are forced to be distant, we realize how much we take our social gatherings and networking opportunities for granted. It is more important than ever for you to embrace and nurture the relationships you've developed during your college experience. This is important for keeping the Bumpers College family strong. You've been educated, prepared, and trained by faculty who are experts in their fields. You've made contacts and friendships with people who will continue to partner with you in your future endeavors. Be intentional about continuing to build diverse relationships. If you've not made an effort to get to know anyone who doesn't look like you, act like you, or think like you, then I think you're cheating yourself. As you navigate through life and your career, it is inevitable that you will face other unexpected obstacles. And you'll be expected to respond professionally, graciously, compassionately, and productively. When you face these challenges, the first thing you have to do is be prepared to work hard. Thomas Edison said, "Opportunity is missed by most because it's dressed in overalls and looks like hard work." So also, don't be afraid to fail. Successful people don't quit after their first failure. If so, they would never succeed. To be successful, you have to become comfortable with falling and getting back up. Failure is not what prevents you from reaching your dreams. It's giving up when you fail that prevents success. There are lessons in every failure. We grow stronger as we work through trials and adversity, and I would argue that each of you would be stronger and more equipped to handle adversity and challenges after this pandemic. I'm sure many times throughout the past year, you just felt buried by constant updates in COVID statistics, buried by social unrest, buried by canceled events, buried by limited social interaction, buried by exams and homework, buried by Zoom and Teams virtual meetings, or just buried. But what those things that tried to bury you didn't realize was you are part of the Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences, and you're really a seed. While challenges tried to bury you, you were actually being planted. Because you're a seed, you came to life, and you began to grow roots and blossom. Those challenges that you had were just fertilizer. You've completed this phase of your development. Your name will be on our senior walk. You'll be an alumnus of the Bumpers College and the University of Arkansas. You're part of our family forever. We're proud of you. We want you to continue growing and be an active part of our alumni society. We can't wait to see the fruit you bear. Congratulations, class of 2021. Parents and family, this is the moment that you've waited for, the symbolic presentation of the diploma. Graduates, today is a celebration for you, but parents, relatives, and friends, we want you to celebrate also for the encouragement, investment, and sacrifices you've made for these graduates. So let's make some noise as they cross the stage. As indicated in the information provided about commencement, once graduates cross the stage, they will have one additional photo taken, and then they will exit the building. Please join your graduate outside as they exit. Graduates, please note that you'll receive your actual diploma in a few weeks by mail after certification that you've completed all degree requirements. Now, on behalf of the most hospitable, most fashionable, world-feeding, Arkansas economy-leading faculty of the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2021. Graduates, will you please stand? As candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Environmental Sciences, upon the successful completion of all degree requirements, we are pleased to confer upon you your degree on behalf of the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees. I hereby confer upon each of you the degree indicated on your diploma with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left, symbolizing your status as an alumni. Congratulations. You may be seated and follow Dr. Robertson.
Juanita Acosta. Elizabeth Christine Bailey, with highest distinction. Megan Baer, with distinction. Mackenzie Ballard, with distinction. Bonnie Brighton Barnard. Lillian Morgan Bennett. Luciana Bowles Limpias. Grayson Lee Bruce. Sophia Ambreen Bukhari. Maria Jose Camara, with high distinction. Catherine Capua, with highest distinction. Taylor Carson Clemens. Sierra Cole. Callie Brooks Curtis. Jordan Ari Curtis. Sierra Joy Daniels, with high distinction. Kayla DeMark, summa cum laude, honors with distinction. Cassidy Dutton, with highest distinction. Turner Grace Edwards, with high distinction. Regan Elizabeth Ann Flickinger. Macy Ann Graham, with high distinction. Juliana Griffith, with distinction. Randy Hernandez. Madison Lynn Hamra. Bailey Mary Hoyt. Macy Brooke Jarnigan. Peyton Todd Knight, with distinction. Chantal Koyman. Zoe Kress, with distinction. Haley Jane Lawson. Claire Bailey Lee, with distinction. Alyssa Leos, with high distinction. Arturo Enrique Lopez. Esmeralda Castillo, with distinction.
Abigail Elizabeth Madden. Kaylee Mallory. Caitlin McClinton, with distinction. Lakin Melton. Caroline Mitchell. Madison Parrish, with high distinction. Carmen Rodenizer, with distinction. Ashton Aubrey Sadler, with distinction. Caroline Savage. Kyla Sayre. Caitlin Michelle Sims. Lexi Smith. Shelby Nicole Smith, with distinction. Madison Lene Spears. Olivia Catherine Strauss. Aubrey Sullivan, with distinction. Brittany Tullis. Alexandra Vines.
Stella Waddell.
Tatum Dawn Walker. Regan Danae White, with distinction. Allison Lehman Willingham, with distinction. Sarah Jane Wilson. Molly Winkler, with high distinction.
Sarah Erickson. Haley Ann Marie Happ.
Sarah Ruth Montague, with highest distinction.
Nicole Duncan.
Garrett Clifton Owens. Maggie Rucker. Emma Stanford.
Claire Margaret Ahrens, with distinction. Anne-Marie Arnold. Kennedy Lynn Barker. Elizabeth Bernius, with high distinction. Emily Berry. Adrian Nicole Bradley, cum laude, honors with distinction. McKaylee Marie Bryan, with distinction. Courtney Lee Clay. Alexis Colvard. Caitlin Curry, with distinction. Shelby Ruth Dickinson, with distinction. Lauren Nicole Edwards. Valerie Ford, with distinction. Alexis Foster, with high distinction. Ellen Wallace French. Savannah Fusco. Trace Gerard. Tessa Grayson Hunt. Madison Elena Hurley, with distinction. Emily Coring, with distinction. Caroline Cecilia Kuchka.
Go.
Christopher Lang.
Landry Elizabeth Major.
Go.
Molly McDaniel. Danielle Murray.
Go.
Lauren Marie Patrick, with highest distinction.
Go.
Courtney Plegacool, with distinction. Jacqueline Lee Rager.
Go.
Abby Caroline Rogers.
Go.
Devin Turnbull, with distinction.
Go.
Emily Vance.
All right, go.
Caroline Vella, with distinction.
Go.
Megan Elizabeth Winkle.
Go.
Marley Ann Woods.
Go.
Erin Younger.
I like that. Ever water that? Go.
Ashley Berghoff, summa cum laude, honors with distinction. Auburn Marie Berry, with high distinction. Devin Sterrett Boggs Riley.
All right, proceed.
Sarah Grace Brackett, with distinction.
Go.
Rachel Ann Berger, magna cum laude, honors with distinction.
All right, go.
Taylor Madison Collins.
All right, go.
Caitlin Riley Fitzpatrick, magna cum laude, honors with distinction. Maya Christina Gillum.
Go.
Haley Maddox Hart.
Go.
Danielle Marie Hernandez.
Go.
Rebecca Hunter, magna cum laude, honors with distinction.
Go.
Katie Lanier.
Go.
Brianna Lynette Lewis, with distinction.
Go.
Riley Loader.
Macy Christina Mick, with highest distinction.
Go.
Kendall Pickett.
Go.
Ilona Poole, summa cum laude, honors with distinction.
Go.
Christine Nicole Pritchard, with distinction.
Go.
Gretchen Elaine Riedling.
Go.
Laura Cristal Reyes. Zoe Grace Schwollert. Addison Sotilli, with distinction. Anastasia Stanowick, with distinction.
Cross John Sy.
Quinn Ellen Tanner, with high distinction. Elizabeth Barton Terrell. Collie Ann Weber, with distinction. Kaisha Williams. Hannah Grace Woods, with highest distinction.
Alejandra Yoselin Aguayo Rodriguez. Anna Kate Beasley, with highest distinction. Robin Cobb. Kara Lee Connor, summa cum laude, honors with distinction. Lexington McKenna Dobbs, with distinction. Piper Elizabeth Leone Ertz, with distinction.
Lauren Alyssa Fecht.
Elaine Marie Gorman. Cheyenne Graham. Mackenzie Leslie Harrell, cum laude, honors with distinction. Maria Hayat. Katrina Hunter.
Cora Ida Mosley, with distinction. Heidi O'Brien, with highest distinction. Catherine Rutledge Patterson, with highest distinction. Haley Pearson, with distinction. Carrie Alexis Pompeo, with highest distinction. Hannah Cheyenne Qualls, with distinction. Adair Francis Quinn, with distinction. Zachary Roberts, with high distinction. Guadalupe Jacqueline Romero, with highest distinction. Catherine Sinia, with distinction. Maya Strip, with high distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Tamplin, with distinction. Mary Lou Torres. Nicole Marie Bela Trapeman. Sarah Studhoff.
Victoria Jewel Kimbrough.
Trustee Emeritus Mark Waldrop will present the diploma to Victoria Kimbrough.
Thank you all for coming out. This concludes our ceremony for today. Thank you.